The company that turned never selling your Bitcoin into a corporate identity has now gone 5 straight weeks without buying a single coin. Strategy, the largest corporate holder of Bitcoin anywhere in the world, spent last week quietly topping up its pile of cash instead. That reserve has now climbed to $3.75 billion, and the company raised the money by selling its own stock rather than touching any of the Bitcoin on its balance sheet. Its Bitcoin position has not moved at all since a single purchase back on June 22nd. Strategy also spent part of that money buying back its own preferred shares, the first purchase under a repurchase program it authorized at the end of June. Management says the cash cushion now covers more than 2 years of the dividends and interest payments the company owes its investors every single year. And with Bitcoin trading near $65,000, that stack now sits roughly $8.5 billion below what the company originally paid to build it. A single passcode handed over at an airport erased everything on a man's phone, and the U.S. government is now trying to send him to prison for it. Samuel Tunick, an activist from Atlanta, was pulled aside at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport in January of last year while returning from the Dominican Republic. Border officers demanded access to his phone during a warrantless secondary inspection, and the code he typed in was a duress password. That is a feature of Graphene OS, a privacy-hardened version of Android, that instantly and permanently wipes the device by destroying its encryption keys. Prosecutors charged him under a federal law against knowingly destroying property to prevent a government seizure, in what is believed to be the first American criminal case involving the feature. His lawyers argue the search itself was unlawful, that he was denied access to a lawyer, and that he was never read his rights. He has pleaded not guilty, and a judge is not expected to rule on whether that search can stand until at least October. Ethereum is about to lose roughly a third of the validators that secure the entire network, and the change has already quietly started. Lido, by far the largest liquid staking protocol, has begun moving more than 265,000 of its validators onto a rebuilt system called Curated Module version 2. Together, those validators hold over 8 million staked Ether, worth about $16 billion. The upgrade moves them onto Ethereum's newer high-balance design, so the same stake ends up in far fewer but much larger validators. It also forces the professional operators who run those machines to post financial bonds for the very first time, and those bonds can be seized if they are penalized, divert rewards, or stay offline too long. Ethereum's total validator count is expected to fall from about 880,000 down to roughly 628,000, trimming the messages the network has to process by close to a third. The migration will take months to complete, and the old system stops accepting any new deposits in December. Subscribe now.